Hello lovelies, welcome back. My name is Danielle, also known as Miss Happy Housewife. And so today we're going to start our journey through a basic weekly plan. So last week, if you didn't catch it, we went through our daily routines. So we started to build those, and now we're going to be talking about the things we're going to be doing on a weekly basis, and that starts with today. So if you didn't catch those videos, then I'll go and I'll put it over here for you. Over here, I think. But I'll go and I'll put that up there for you. Now, today we're gonna be talking about the weekly home blessing. And this can be done really any day of the week. I know Fly Lady does it on Mondays. I will probably be spreading these tasks out throughout the week. But there are 6 to 7 tasks, and they're done for about 10 minutes at a time. And not everything can really take 10 minutes. So some tasks may take a little bit longer than 10 minutes, others a little bit less. So if you're ready, I'm ready. Let's jump right in. So I am here inside of what is our guest bedroom. And the first thing that we're going to be doing on our weekly home blessing list is changing the sheets. So I'm going to be doing that here on this bed, but I want you to go ahead and take all the sheets off the bed, off all your beds really, and change them if you can. If not, go wash them and then put them back on. So let's go do that.
In the city of angels, feels like I'm coming home. With my head up in the clouds, I am searching for something, and I'm still hoping. 'Cause I wanna be in, not out, wanna make this all count. Yes,
So the next thing on our list is we need to get all the trash up all over the house. We need to go ahead and get that, put it in a trash bag, and get it out to the can. So I have my kitchen, I have 3 bathrooms, so that'll probably take me about 10 minutes, but it may not take you 10 minutes. So I'm gonna go ahead and get a trash bag and get it all out.
wanna go crazy now, gonna make this all count. Feeling like a rock star, 'cause tonight I'm getting out of line and it's alright. Feeling like feeling like just as cool as John Wayne in his movies. Feeling like I'm James Dean and I know it. Feeling like feeling like a rock star. Feeling like a rock star. Feeling like a rock star. Feeling like a rock star.
So our next task is going to be dusting. What we're going to do is we're going to spend 10 minutes going around and dusting all the horizontal surfaces in the house. So after 10 minutes, you're done. So what happens is that if you don't get it this week, the next week, make sure you get what you missed. But I have a question for you before we get to the dusting. What is the one household chore that you hate the most? Let me know down in the comments. Mine is mopping. I hate mopping. So I'm gonna go ahead and get to dusting. Remember, after 10 minutes, you're done.
On the street playing my guitar, sing my
So one of the things I really like about using a duster like this is the Swiffer duster. Actually, this is the Walmart equivalent, the Great Value. I like this because once you're done using them, you can just take them right off and throw them away. That's it. So I love using that kind of a duster. Keeps everything nice and clean. So at this point, I'm taking just a very small break to get a little bit of water inside of me. But what we're going to be doing next is we're going to be vacuuming. Now, when we do the vacuuming, we're only going to be vacuuming the middles. And because downstairs I have all hardwood floor, I will also vacuum my downstairs. And I do have two different vacuums, but that's really because I have one that I keep upstairs at all times. It's heavy, but upstairs is all carpeted. So down here, I have a really light vacuum. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna spend 10 minutes. If you're like me, it's gonna take a little bit longer than 10 minutes, but you're going to go ahead and just vacuum the middles of the floors, just your high traffic areas. There's no need to move furniture or anything else like that. Just get the middles vacuumed.
Get tattoos without colors in a place where it's showing. And I blew my cash on drinks, not to mention this new ink. Yes, I wanna go crazy now, gonna make this all count. Feeling like a rock star, cause tonight I'm getting out of line and it's alright. Feeling like feeling like just as cool as John Wayne in his movies. Feeling like I'm James Dean and I know it. Feeling like feeling like a rock star. Feeling like a rock star.
So I'm here on the stairs, and for my weekly home blessing, there's some weeks that I would vacuum the stairs. I don't think I'm actually going to do it this week. Generally for me, doing it every other week because it is such a chore. There is also, when we do our deep cleaning, that could also be a time for you to really vacuum up the stairs. But that's kind of my plan at the moment. Of course, everything is subject to change. So I'm going to go ahead and quickly vacuum the downstairs, and then we can move on to our next step. So I vacuumed all the middles, and remember that I'm not really doing like a whole deep clean because we are going to be deep cleaning all of these rooms, and that's going to take place about once every month. And with that, that's when you're really going to focus on getting the corners and really getting in there. What will come next is the mopping. And I usually will go and take a Swiffer around because, again, I'm not really focusing on getting in the corners and things like that. I'm just trying to quickly mop it up. So just do it in the high traffic areas. So let me go ahead and get to it. All right, so what we want to do now is we want to go through any newspapers, any magazines. We want to basically take some time and get rid of some paper clutter. So that's what I'm going to do, but I'm going to do mine with mail. We have a tendency to get mail and just kind of bring it in and dump it. So I'm going to go ahead and go through some paper clutter and get rid of it. My biggest tip for you is don't try to take on too much. So here's where 10 minutes might be perfect for you. Get a small stack, maybe about that big. Just get a small stack and go through it for 10 minutes. That's it.
Those colorful eyes, they don't shine like they used to. The city don't want us, babe. We won't survive this.
So the last thing on our list here is we need to go and make sure that we get some window cleaner because we want to clean the glass. If you have glass in your front door, if you have front windows there, if you have glass in your back door, and then hit all the mirrors. So I'm gonna do that, and then let's sit down and let's talk about our control journal again.
Feel like home, a faded mind, so we stay blind. Oh, the
All right, so we are done with our weekly home blessing, but I want us to go and put it inside of our control journal. So, and I'm sorry if it's kind of noisy, I decided to bring you out here on my patio. So when it comes to our weekly home blessing, we're gonna go and put it here inside the control journal after the morning routine, after your before bed routine, put it after that. In fact, for me, there's going to be another section that I'm going to have, and that is going to be my basic weekly plan. That's what we're going to be working on for the rest of this week. Like I said in the beginning of this video, the weekly home blessing, Fly Lady does it on Mondays. All of the chores on that home blessing list, they just get done during the week for me. So I am considering actually pulling all of those out over the course of a whole week. But I do want to go and put down what our weekly home blessing is. All right, so here's what needs to be inside of your weekly home blessing control journal. So you need to make sure that you have on there that you're changing the sheets. So that's going to include stripping the beds, throwing those inside the washer, and putting new sheets on. And I know that you didn't see that, but I did do that. I just didn't want to make this video too long for you. So next, you're going to want to make sure that you empty all of the garbage cans. That is all your bathrooms and also your kitchen. Then you're going to want to dust all your horizontal surfaces. Now, that doesn't mean going inside the curio cabinets or anything else like that. Honestly, all that means is if you could touch it, dust it. Next, you're going to vacuum all the middles. So these are your high traffic areas. These are not necessarily in the little itty bitty corners, just the high traffic areas. Next, you're going to want to mop the same. I like to use a Swiffer. It doesn't really do hard cleaning, but it's just gonna quickly pick up the middles. After you're done with that, we're gonna clear the paper clutter. That's gonna be your newspapers, your magazines. I typically don't have either, so I will spend 10 minutes clearing out my actual paper clutter. Only maybe an inch is all I really have at that point. Last, you're going to wash the front door and the back door, the windows, and then you're also going to hit the mirrors as well. All the mirrors in all the bathrooms. Again, this is not meant to be a deep clean. This is just meant to kind of tidy up. This is what we do on a weekly basis. So this is the beginning of our basic weekly plan. So tomorrow we're going to be talking about the rest of our weekly plan. And I really do want to thank you so much for joining me. And I will see you in the next video. Bye guys.